I'm gonna add in those lights finally here. So for measuring, I didn't do it every third. I do it slightly offset like that. So because I got some beams there and somewhere there, so I shifted the lights like that. So I've got the measurements here. Okay, so now that I've got these installed, that and that, after a bit of adjustment, because I went through one of the beams. Actually, I should cut that off. I need to sort out all these wires because that is a mess. So the mains are coming on from this. That's for the lighting. So I'm gonna take these off because that looks like a right mess, and I can tidy it up so I understand what the frick is going on there. So let's do that now. So yeah, we are looking at a massive mess, but I didn't do this installation. I don't know much about installation. I know some, not much. I know about electronics, electricity, AC, DC, conduits and stuff like that. But considering I'm going to convert this loft, I'm just going to leave it as a temporary solution for now, for the time being, just so things are a bit tidier, a bit more safe. So I got labels on things, I know where they are going, basically get things in a good enough state so it's safe basically. So yeah, these terminal blocks are very useful, and all this insulation tape on top of that should do it justice. I hate being up there, God, like all that insulation gets so deep into your skin, it's horrible. And it doesn't help if I wear underwear. No shorts, no pants, and it works. Nice and bright. And I put labels all above where the electrical wires are to indicate what does what, even the switches, so I don't spend time looking for things like that. And I'm going to put some labels on these as well. And as I'm doing woodwork, I think it's time we'll make a shelf here for all the long-standing things that is taking up loads and loads of space in the studio. And the way I'm going to start it, because it's going to have so many little turns and stuff, I think I'm going to use cardboard for starters, for getting the base shape. So this is going to take a while, but basically this is the length by width that I've cut out. To be honest, this is progressing pretty quickly, and God, using cardboard is just like a godsend. So yeah, I'm making basically any markings where it feels a bit tight and just cutting them a bit further. I'm not expecting a perfect fit, by the way. I'm gonna use maybe like some silicone or something to fill it in. The curve is gonna come at the last because that's like the key look of it. Ready for cutting. Cutting is going well. Like I said, I cut the shape, so I'm just gonna put some PVA glue in it and clamp it together. So after around a day's worth of the PVA glue setting in, I can actually get it to shape now. So using a router and a huge curve, I actually had to modify the router attachment to make this huge curve fit. Got to use a flush cutter now just to get the correct shape, back and forth. And rounding again, but on the other side, and I'm gonna go back with the big rounding tool, which I think I missed. I didn't finalize that video. I didn't record that part. I'm quite shocked that all I had to do was just make one more cut and it fits. And I think, to be honest, instead of going for black, I think I might paint it white. Reason being is because I got white paint, because I don't have black normal paint. I have black spray paint, but I don't have black paint. So I think painting it, and the paint I have is more durable, so it makes more sense, I think, to go with black. So I think I'll do that now actually. But I'm just going to round this off, maybe remove a little bit here and round this off, and then I'm ready to go. Wow, I'm actually shocked that I can actually mount it today. Great. Ignore the crazy hair. The natural curls. Now we can actually use some fittings, and yes, this did take quite a bit longer, but I wanted all sides to be parallel, right angled, and have to do it in the bathroom as well. Got to go through the wall because I had this little mount that holds up the radiator doing two jobs, holding up the radiator and holding up this new shelf on the other side. You see, I had this silicone covered with black tape instead of just leaving the tip exposed. So now I can't, no matter how much I've been pushing and I've been drilling inside the hole, no silicone won't come out, no silicone will come out, because I just need to leave the tip exposed so it dries as fast as possible. Because when I have the tape around, it dries very slowly and dries deep. But if I have just the tip exposed, it will dry very quick and just the tip, so it won't dry inside. So leaving it with black tape is a bad idea. So I think the only way to use this now is to just cut it open and see if I can just like squeeze it in there, because I don't want to waste this, and I'm going to paint over the silicone here anyway. So let's see if I can actually make some use out of this. So let's cut this, and as far as I know, here it will be all dried, I bet, yeah. So I'm not sure where usable area will be. See, this is completely dry because this area is dried, as I expected. Well, I've been drilling in there anyway, that's to see if I can actually get it to be squeezable, but it's not squeezable at all. See what I mean? Look, completely dried. The whole thing is dried. Oh my god, yeah. Useless. Whilst this, on the other hand, I literally didn't put any tape at all. I just let the tip harden, and now I can just pull this out and I can just use the rest now. So I might as well just like, see, it just comes out, no problem at all. So now I can just squeeze it in, and I'm going to start with the corners. I think they're all these pipes. And I'm going to use quite a lot because I just want to get in them all, to be honest, make it nice and tidy. And like I said, I am going to paint over it, but there's like none left in here, so I got another bottle that I'm going to use. So yeah, huge mistake straight off. Can you guess what it is? I said I'm going to paint on top of silicone, and that really doesn't work. I mean, sure, it did work in the end because I just put like 10 layers on top. But yeah, the paint really doesn't want to dry on top of silicone. It just doesn't adhere. So lesson learned, paint first and silicone on top. Other than that, it came out very well, and I thought, since I'm doing siliconing here, I might as well silicone around the area, because I feel like it's a set task for multiple areas. If you're gonna set up for siliconing, you might as well do more than just one, because I'm wearing gloves, I've got silicone coming out, and if I don't want a perfect line, I can actually just get rid of the excess, as you saw me get rid of it at the bottom where all the pipes were coming up. And now in the kitchen, so you see in a few different states actually, because I wanted to just to compile all the siliconing bits into this one segment. So yeah, various stages of the kitchen, in the middle of the flooring, and then finished flooring, and now just sealing in the edge. But yeah, this wall is never really painted because you never really see it, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in the end when I actually get round to doing the kitchen. You know, like a big job, redoing all the countertops, appliances, lighting. We will decide, but this area is going to be covered anyway by not shelves, drawers maybe. Even so, the silicone looks great, but I didn't paint, did I? And I'm gonna have to paint on top. Well, I might have to, I don't know, I might not. And now this clip is a bit stupid because oh god, this sink was just not as straightforward as I was hoping. Actually, the sink itself was fine, but it's behind the sink that was a nightmare, because there's such a tight gap. You see where the mirror is? The mirror is dirty at the moment, but I do clean it when I actually do the mirror. So this part is okay, but the clip afterwards was not so fun. But I gotta admit, it's not as bad as it was with the bath. Bath was worse than that. Bath took me like an hour. This, on the other hand, not so bad. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna do the door frames, because they are painted nicely now. This isn't very good yet, but this is very nice. I'll do the back later on. What the fuck is that? Yeah, that corner needed a bit of a touch up, but this clip is the nightmare one. This is sped like 20,000 speed because I don't want to bore you with this. So this is the side that I was doing against the mirror, and it was just such a nightmare to get my fingers in between there where the pipe, where the tap is. Now this, on the other hand, was very satisfying to do. The table, it was just nice and clean. Even though the tiles had bevels on them, I still found it pretty good to get the angle nice and clean. As long as I angled the actual profile light, it got a very nice clean edge. So I was very happy with this. Very nice little workstation just to have some food, or if I need to put my laptop here, temporary time being. So just secure this table. I actually found that table. It's the one that I used. Actually, this was a bed, an IKEA bed. And I used part of it for the studio where the printers go. But yeah, I mounted this to the wall finally. And with these metal brackets that I found outside as well, these are like heavy duty ones. And I just siliconed the edge as well, because I don't want any water going behind that. So very happy with that. How good does that look? Look how clean that edge is. Lovely. And now you get to see, if you look at where the silicone areas are, the corners, and I need to go over that black area, you can see that it was not wanting to dry very well. But I got there in the end after like 10 different coats. So yeah, I clearly did a stupid mistake of painting on top of silicone. Should never do that. The reason I did that is because a few days ago I saw the guy outside that's painting my neighbor's front of the house. He was painting on top of the silicone, and I had the idea to do that, but looks like no, you shouldn't do that. So paint first, only then silicone. Never paint on top of silicone. Okay, so silicone painted, and silicone those areas as well. Filled in all the holes, so I'm gonna put the shelves back in, and I'm still painting here, doing my fuck up. And for the final touches, actually making use of that little shelf. So this is where all the long stuff goes.